How would it feel if you were to be selected to represent Great Britain in the Paralympic Games?
Obviously, it'd be a great achievement. My dad was fortunate to go to 2 Paralympic Games, and to represent the country, and hopefully do well. It will be a really good thing.
How would it feel if you were to be selected to represent Britain in your home country?
I think representing your country is always a massive achievement, but to do it in front of a home crowd on the biggest stage possible for a Paralympian is going to be possibly the best thing of any of our lifetimes. So to be selected will be fantastic. To go there and win will be even better. So fingers crossed.
What do you think of the venues that Great Britain has to offer?
What I've seen of them so far, they look brilliant. I've seen the Excel Centre, went to a test event. That looked quite impressive, to be honest with you. I actually walked into the warm-up area and was like, this is a bit overwhelming. I thought that was the actual stadium. And then I got told we walked through to the actual stadium, and I was a bit, this is a bit mad. But yeah, everything looks brilliant, to be honest.
I've only been in the sport at this level 2 years. I've been to one major event to the European Championships, which was a major. It's a productive level, really. It's one of them where I was learning a lot from it. But I've just recently I got bronze in Ipswich, not lasted this weekend, just gone, in a CITA competition. So that's been the latest one that I've got at the minute. But I haven't got a major title as yet.
My one, I got a 7th place in the World Games last year. I got a silver medal in the VI World Under-19s 2 years ago. I think that's pretty much it, to be honest.
At the moment, I'm current world champion, World Games champion, and European champion. And over the years, I've got myself a few other medals. I've got, I think, 5 European medals in total, and a selection of other international titles. German Open. Yeah. In under 60 kilos, so I'm an under 60 kilo visually impaired world champion. I came 5th in Beijing, and quite a few other results.
What do you like about judo so much?
I'm throwing on you there.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really tough sport, and to pick one thing out that you like about it is difficult, because I think if you ask any of us, our day-to-day job is difficult. You're training 4 to 6 hours a day. It's an intense sport where if you're not winning, you're being physically beaten up. So it's constantly, quite painful. It's constantly, hard work, and you're always tired, and you're always carrying a little knock or an injury or something. So it's actually not, it's a really difficult sport to do. But on the other hand, I personally think that if it's easy, it's not really worth doing. So I like to challenge myself and throw myself in at the deep end. And the fact that the sport is a bottomless pit, really, in terms of how good you can get. You'll never ever, although I'm current world champion, there's always somebody out there that can beat me. So it's really a case of being constantly chasing your tail, trying to be the best you can be, and trying to improve and move forward. So the sport's a complicated sport, but it's a really interesting sport, and it's a great one to be involved in, and a real challenge.
Do you hope that the London Paralympics can be used to boost the profile of the Paralympics?
Yeah, it's hopefully a lot more people will, when they see the level of the sport and how good it actually is. Hopefully, if there's VI players out there, and especially in all the other sports as well, it will hopefully encourage a lot of other people with disabilities to actually step forward and give sport a go, because you'll never know how good you are or how good you can possibly be if you don't give it a go. So hopefully it can raise the profiles across all the sports, not just judo.
Also, I think this year is going to be quite different in that in previous years the Paralympic sport, Paralympic TV coverage has just got a couple of hours on a summary show, on the BBC, whereas this time it's exclusively being covered by Channel 4, and you'll be able to watch much more TV coverage of Paralympic sports. So I think it will raise awareness, and it gives people the opportunity to watch it and to follow it and be involved if they wish to be.
Do you think you have a good chance of winning a medal each?
Obviously, there's always a chance. Everyone can have their day. We're still coming through the sport. We're in a different boat to Ben. Ben's got the pressure on him to do really well. So, so ultimately we've got to go there and enjoy the experience and hopefully develop in the way where we can take things further in the future. Obviously, we'll be going there to do as best as we possibly can. So that's the main thing at the end of the day.
I'd be extremely disappointed if I wasn't to win a medal. However, in this sport, anything can happen, and when I've won world championship, the 2 world championships I've won, becoming fifth isn't winning it and coming fifth aren't a million miles apart. So one slight change of decision, one bad decision, one minor hiccup, and it can all go wrong. So you never know what will happen on a day. You just got to prepare, turn up, fight hard, and see where you end up. But yeah, to answer your question, I would be disappointed if I didn't win a medal.
Yeah, I think anyone can win a medal, as Ben said, and Mark. It's very unpredictable sport. Like, strange things have happened, so hopefully, everyone's going to be going for gold, and so will I. So yeah, let's just see what happens.
What's it like managing the Paralympic squads?
It's a wonderful job. I'd be lying if I didn't say this. I would be here even if it wasn't my job. I'm a judo player. I was a judo player before I was a coach. I lived my whole life around judo, and in fact that's how I got the job. I was here training anyway. So I would be here. I'll probably just be digging roads during the day and then training at night. So to be given the actual responsibility in the job is something I've always wanted to do. And as for someone like myself, it was a natural progression from athlete to coach. I've always said that we live and are privileged. We live a privileged life. The athlete has a privileged life. Whether they moan and groan, you'll hear them moan and groan. It's a true honour to do it, and they're very, very lucky. And that's one of my things that I'll remind them, that it's a privilege doing what they do.
What do you plan to do after the Paralympic Games?
Do you know what? I have a plan already, so I can tell you. My first thing is we will have a team gathering after the closing ceremony. Ben Quilter, who you've interviewed, is getting married a couple of weeks after the closing ceremony. So we will be celebrating Ben's wedding. I am then going to Florida for 2 weeks, and then I'll be back, and we will be straight into the Rio cycle. So Judo is a all year round sport. We can't cry off because it's raining, because it's indoors. So straight into the Rio cycle for me, but there'll be a 2-week, 4-week period where we'll definitely be celebrating, hopefully.